Story time of how I attended an interview and I was literally insulted by the interviewer. Let's get right into the video. So I attended an interview at this renowned company. I'm not going to disclose the name. I won't even disclose the position that I was being interviewed for. But I was called around 13 hours and they said you have to be here before 16 hours. And that place is like 20 k's away from my home. So I told them, okay, thank you, but I'll try as much as possible to be there. And I rushed. Told me the documents I should carry your hard copy CV, what else? Your school qualifications and whatnot. I was like, okay, great. So I was on time. Now I was supposed to be there by 16 and I got there at I think 15:46. Yeah. So I was on time. I get there, I'm asked to sit because the person who was supposed to interview me, who was the head of that department, was not in office. So I sat there. I waited for I think like 5 or 10 minutes. Yeah. And that person was in office. So I was asked by the receptionist to say, no, you can now go in the office for the interview. As I entered his office, you could just tell that this person is literally rude. I didn't even have to hear a word from him, but just the facials he was giving. But I was shocked because like when we spoke on phone, he was sounding cool. Why is this man looking so mean? So I asked to sit and yeah, he tells me you can sit. I sit and he's looking at me and he's like, have you come with all your documents? I'm like, yes, I have come with my documents. But unfortunately, because I was rushing here due to time, I was unable to print out a hard copy of my CV. And oh my God, all hell broke loose. Like I was like, I didn't even have anything to say. I was just like shocked. Like, excuse me. Already, this is a red flag. I don't even know why you're here. So why are you here? Why are you here if you don't have your CV? You want me to be reading out your CV from my phone? I'm like, you have a laptop right there. Like, okay, I have attended interviews. I've attended interviews with reputable companies. And mostly they won't even ask me to go with my hard copy CV. They'll ask me to go with my hard copy certificates because they want to confirm and whatnot, but not my CV because they have my CV. And that is the reason why they called me because they have my CV. The first thing they'll do is they'll ask me questions based on my CV. So they'll tell me, oh, I see here you worked for this. Tell us more about that. But I let that go. He starts firing questions. Now, what made me go crazy is, he's asking me questions and he's like, okay, one of the questions he asked me, which I was like, does this man know what he's talking about? I don't know. Maybe you guys tell me, was I crazy or not? This is the question he asked me. He said, if you are looking to get a client in this field, what's the first thing you're going to look at? And my answer was this. I said, if I'm looking for a client, so obviously I need to find out if that company I'm approaching or the client I'm approaching has the need of the services or product that I'm trying to sell them, right? I'm going to give it to them as a solution because in my experience, you don't sell something that is not of value. You give it to them as a solution. You make sure you find a need and then you give it to them as a solution. So I responded and told him that, and his answer was no. He's like, are you even an economist? And one thing you're not going to do is question my qualifications. You can insult me all you want, but you're not going to question my qualifications because what do you mean? You think I went to school for 4 years and sat down and I don't know what I'm doing? No. And it's not even that he said no, it's the way he was saying it, raising his voice. No, what do you mean? Are you even learned? Did you even go to school? Are you telling me you don't know that before you approach a client, you're supposed to know how much capital they have? Wait, what? Because wait, according to my knowledge, please someone in the comment section tell me. Please tell me. According to my knowledge, capital is the initial amount of money someone is supposed to have to start out a business. I mean, I help people start up businesses with capital of 500 kwacha. So what do you mean? I approach a reputable company. I'm trying to sell them something, and the first thing I should do is find out if they have capital. Like, isn't that the reason why they're already an established company? I'm thinking the first thing I'm supposed to look at is, are they tax compliant? Are they a registered company? Like such stuff. But why am I looking at their capital? First of all, it's the tone. Like, why are you talking to me like I'm your employee? Like, trust me, just when I just entered that room and he started shouting, the first thing in my mind was like, I'm not doing this again. I am not doing this again. I've worked for companies where my peace was being disturbed because my boss was constantly shouting for no reason. And this is the environment you're telling me I'm coming to. If at all I would get this job. In my mind, I had already made a resolve and said, I'm not getting this. I will not, I will not accept this offer if at all you want to give me this job. And yeah, so now he starts questioning my qualifications and whatnot. Like, we were there talking and he was just shouting and I'm like, why am I even here? So the last thing he said after I insisted, I'm like, I don't think your answer is making sense, because the first thing you do when you're looking for a client is not to check their capital. What is my business looking at their capital if they're already an established company? You don't know what you're talking about. I was like, I know what I'm talking about. Aside from having 10 years of experience in sales and marketing, I own businesses. And these are strategies that I use to sell. And that is why my businesses are excelling. And the last thing he said is like, yes, go and do your business. I was like, thank you. But guys, I don't know. Whew, just talking about it, like I feel so mad. Like, why did I allow myself to be disrespected, to be insulted? Because trust me, there's a lot that happened in that office. I wish I could mention that company, because that man in the first place is not the one who was supposed to be interviewing me. There was supposed to be an HR. Why was there not an HR? Why was I being interviewed by the head of department and there was no HR in our presence? Anyways, I'm just here to chimika for you guys. Otherwise, I felt insulted. I'm not gonna lie. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys in my next video. Bye.